I am fronting.
I don't have the attention and time that my brother does.
I am fronting.
Doing all of that. My hair grows too fast, so
mine too. I gotta keep up with this shit crazy. It's ridiculous.
You know what it is.
So what I do is when y'all don't see me, I be looking like that. And then when I gotta come on, hold on a minute, I'll be right back. Give me 15 minutes. That should be burning like a. All
right, so let's not lose track, right?
All right, where we at?
I want to talk about your experiences. You know what I mean?
Oh,
you shared a lot of stories and instances that you've had to deal with this whole dating scene today and the difficulties that come with it. You know what I mean?
So I got to be honest. I've had some good experiences,
right?
And I've had some bad experiences.
Well, let's talk about the bad experiences.
Oh man, which one? Like what type?
I mean, let's start with the worst. What's the worst experience that you had meeting someone online?
Damn, that's a hard one. All right, I gotta be honest here. I'm gonna do a couple of these. I'm gonna get a couple out the way quick. Yeah. One time I went to this girl's crib. She's like, "You don't look nothing like you did." Ding! And slammed the door in my face. And I went over to Brooklyn.
How did she look?
She was young. She was kind of cute. I was definitely going out there for the snizzle smash.
Right. Which was obviously established in the communication, right?
But when I got out there, she wasn't going for it. She did not want to hit it.
Right.
I couldn't even front. I just got up out of it.
Right.
And I cursed her out all the way back on the train.
You feel some type of way?
I was feeling some kind of way. You know? So that was a bad experience.
So hold on for a second. Where did you have to go? Where was she?
I went to Brooklyn. And I took the A train.
Your favorite borough of all places.
Oh my God, yeah. I don't even want to go there because y'all gonna probably feel a certain way about me. But Brooklyn, I got a special place in my heart for you. I gotta just get this out the way as a disclaimer. My grandmother, I can say it now, she's from 75 East 56th Street. She had a big, nice house out there. My grandfather used to drive the Salem trucks. I went there every weekend. That's how I learned my
Salem was cigarettes, so you know.
No, not Salem.
Not Salem?
Not the cigarettes. No, he was actually a trucker. He was one of the 18-wheeler truckers, and the name of the company was Salem. They delivered vegetables and fruits to schools and stuff like that.
So my Salem trucks, because you used to have the trucks like the Newport.
Yeah, it was Salem. But see, those are licensed, and they just put that on the outside.
Right.
Salem was a vegetable, like when we used to have real vegetables and fruit, there was a company that's called Salem. My grandfather used to drive this truck, and I used to love him for this because every time we go to my grandfather's house, they would also have fresh fruit and all that. But I don't want to go into that. But long story short, my grandfather used to drive for a 18-wheeler or 8-foot drive for this company, and my grandmother was the operator for Ma Bell, for like Bell Atlantic, before it was even AT&T. So I was able to experience a different way of life in Brooklyn by seeing their house style, like kind of like the Bill Cosby style of life. And then I came back to the hood or whatever. So Brooklyn,
the hood being
Manhattan and Harlem.
Okay.
Yeah, real talk, where we from. But back to my disclaimers. What I was saying was, throughout my years of life and dealing with different boroughs, I do find that there's a lot of questionable things that go on in the borough of Brooklyn. And so I kind of stay in my borough. I notice that it's kind of changing now because of the gentrification. So maybe going over to Brooklyn a little more now. But I'd be honest with you, I don't leave my borough too much unless it's to go to out of town, out of state or whatever. And it's some high crime areas, so I like to wear my jewelry and stuff like that. Then get on Atlantic Avenue, you gotta be like this, tucking your shit in your pocket and all that. Not because you ussy, but you just don't want to deal with the stuff. So I gotta be honest with you, that's my little issue about when I go out to BK. But I have family out there. That was my disclaimer I said in the beginning. My dad was raised in Brooklyn, Flatbush. Grandmother, God bless the dead, to all my uncles and my aunts, God bless y'all. And
And I love Brooklyn. You know what I mean? I'm a big fan of the borough. Spent time, lived, ran through the streets. So
the females are fly as hell. They bang. They real.
Brooklyn is diverse with a strong black community, which reflects like artistic expression on a different level than a lot of the other boroughs in the city. But let's not lose track.
Do you find a lot of robbery and things like that go on in that borough though?
Well, listen, a disclaimer, you know, I was around in the hood back in the days when, you know, before gentrification took place. So yeah, you know, that was part of it.
Was there a situation where they would try to come to Harlem and Manhattan a lot and do things at schools and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Things like Decepticons and all of that. You know,
we're telling our age right now, but
you know, so
yeah, Brooklyn used to come and terrorize, you know, other boroughs. That's for certain.
So am I justified in my knowledge and as well as keen understanding of how to approach the borough?
Yes, you are. You have the right to feel the way you do, and
the experience,
and
because I've been
also your experience tells you, right?
Jay-Z,
right? Listen, if you put your hand on the stove and you get burnt, right? What are you gonna do? You're gonna stay away from the stove, right?
Where's Dame Dash from?
He's from Harlem.
And where's Jay-Z from?
Brooklyn.
I rest my case. Go ahead.
Right. But Brooklyn and Harlem, you know, they've had relationships, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, kind of. Good.
But anyway, we're talking about
Manhattan keeps on making it. Brooklyn keeps on taking it. Go ahead.
But
what were they taking, by the way?
This whatever.
Exactly. See, now we get into the meat of the bone.
Yeah, they were taking what they wanted. It was money, your jewels, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That type of shit.
Better have it. What does Little Kim say? Better have a pass when you cross that bridge. Welcome to Brooklyn. Okay, go ahead.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know, point made. Bottom line. But dating, going out to Brooklyn to see this chick was a thing that you had to go through, right? Just for nothing, right? For naught. You went out there.
You're not talking. No, that was Queens.
That was Queens.
No, but you
wanted
No, Brooklyn was crazy.
Yeah.
Brooklyn was crazy.
Right.
So the girl that I went to see, the one that said I don't look the same.
Right.
That was
she
Brooklyn.
Was from Brooklyn, yeah.
Right. I went all the way to I don't even know, A-Train, damn near last stop before Queens type shit. Then one time I went to Brooklyn and I was telling this girl, I'm like, look, I don't really want to come out there. No, I'm telling you, come out here because she was bad. She had the fatty, everything. I'm like, oh man. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go out there. This time I took a cab.
Right.
I said to myself, all right, cool. I'm not gonna get out right in front of nobody's crib or whatever like that. I'm gonna just probably get out on the next corner, walk around.
Walk over, yeah.
Right. I want nobody watching me see how I'm moving. So I get out the cab on like 2 blocks. I didn't realize it was 2 blocks. And the whole time I'm like, I really don't like, being I'm complaining and all of that.
Right.
I'm on the jack with Shorty. I'm like, yo, I have the door open and ready. Yo, you being on extra? Why you being on extra? Damn.
So do me a favor, describe her block. You know what I'm saying?
Nice block, man.
Right.
Nah, she had the tree line block with the brown stones and all
she
of that.
She had dudes in front of the building.
Dudes in front of the building, but the problem is when I came up the block, they seen me, the police. So now it's 2 police and they pulling me over, whatever like that. I'm just walking like, hey, where you going? And I'm on the phone like, what did I tell you? I told you that every time I come out here, it's smooth. So she's like, yeah, what are you talking about? I'm like, yo, police is messing with me now. So now she know where I'm at. I'm telling her. She comes out the crib.
So they fucking with you just for walking while black.
They just WWB walking while black, bro. I'm on the phone. I got the Yankee red fitted hat on. I got the, academic stuff.
Yeah, you kind of, you got your swag up, right?
But no jewelry, of course.
Yeah, obviously, right.
It's all tucked, right? All tucked.
Yeah.
So now she comes out. This was the funny part. She's flipping on them. Why y'all bothering him? He told me he don't like Brooklyn. See, just because of that, now I got to give him some ass. Just because of this, now I got to give him some ass. Come on. So I'm like, yo, what you mean, come on? The police is like messing with me. She's like, I don't even care what they saying. I'm like, I ain't leaving from where these police is at. They was all searching me and stuff. They was like, yo, bro, we apologize. Just go ahead, man. Go and get you some whatever like that.
She got you about that situation.
But I was already tight because you had
to go to the unnecessary.
First of all, I told you that I don't mess with
BK
like that.
Right.
You could have came to Harlem and chilled with me. Right. Yeah, you come to my house.
She wanted the convenience.
She wanted the convenience. And I'll tell you a secret, they really better when they perform at their own crib. The microphone, the freestyle, it's off the chain. Yeah. The performance is much better when they're performing at their own crib.
So she jumped in the booth. So did she live up to her promise?
Eminem style in the booth. She was flawless. There was no yeah, I was good after that. I was kind of hooked.
So she made up for your inconvenience.
Yeah, I was actually on some Brooklyn ain't that bad. I might have to take another sacrifice. So yeah, that was kind of better than the last experience. If I'll be honest.
So there was some improvement there, even though it had a little bit of turbulence.
But it had a good ending, and she was a really good looking woman. So I was happy with that.
Right. So you came up on that situation.
Yeah. So that was
all right. So that doesn't sound too bad.
That I met someone online and it actually worked out. So yeah.
But I understand that. And you pointed this out, right? That there be a lot of catfishing going on. Meaning that motherfuckers are, putting these fake images or they're just pretending to be somebody else, right?
There's a show called Catfish. Right. People do it, yeah.
Right. And so you're not meeting the person that you initially started communicating with on whatever app or so that you've been kind of talking, right?
No. That's a total different person. Right. Might be a different picture of somebody else.
Right.
It could be an angle or like a silhouette where they're doing something like this, half their butt, and then you thinking like, oh, you got a fat butt, dude, or something like that.
Right. Man. So tell me something.
I need to see a picture.
Have you ever experienced?
Oh man, I've had the worst experience. This is when it comes down to that right there. Yeah. One of them being. I'll be honest with you, and I think this community needs to look out for stuff like this, because if it's not you, it could be someone that is of the same orientation that may be tarnishing the waters for you. And I'm just gonna get right to the point. One time I was talking to somebody I thought was a female,
right?
And they had a conversation with this person on the phone,
right?
And I'm thinking, everything is cool. And they're like, yo, let's hook up,
Right.
Telling me to come to the crib and, meet up, do what grown folks do.
Right. So a woman.
Yeah, it was a woman.
Right.
In the picture.
Right, and on the phone.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Right.
But after an hour and a half of being on a train, because I'm cheap.
Hold on. Exactly. An hour and a half on the train.
Yeah.
Coming from where, going where?
I went from, let's say, I'm getting thinking about living.
No doubt, but like borough-wise.
Man, I went from the Bronx to Queens. On the train.
Yeah, that's a serious truth.
So it was about an hour, 15 minutes, but I didn't know how to get around. So yeah. And the reason I did is because I didn't want to take my motorcycle. I didn't want to, sacrifice any monetary or whatever like that, because I've been around for a while.
You're trying to make it
minimize on spending just in case.
The less amount of money spent on a precarious situation.